Sanbonani Bafetu, good afternoon and welcome to another episode of the East Rand Podcast Files. My name is Mbandi, DoubleM, and thank you very much for joining us. Today on the show we have a trailblazer of note, a man considered a legendary figure in the South African football fraternity, having served Kaizer Chiefs with distinction and loyalty during the club's formative years. Popularly known as Botsotso and for his jersey number 11 and his dribbling skills, he is considered amongst the best in the world, hailing from Kwena in the East Rand. He has played with the legends like Brajo Mosono, Shane McGregor and Ace Kuse, just to name a few. In 2019, the Ekurhuleni Executive Mayor, Honorable Mzwandile Masina, invited masters and legends in Ekurhuleni to honor and recognize the contribution of this legend towards the development of football in South Africa. He's here to chat and share with us his memory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please help me welcome our living legend, Ubab Teenage Botsotso Dladla. Bab Dladla, welcome to the show and thank you very much for joining us on the East Rand Podcast Files today.
Thank you, Baba.
Yebo baba. Bab Dladla, sicela ukwazi ukuthi Ubab Dladla wakhulela kuphi and wakhula kanjani la wakhula khona.
Okay, mina ngokukhula, I grew up in Painville. There was a township there, it still exists in that township, but because of the apartheid era, we were moved from Painville to Kwena.
Okay.
Painville is next to Springs in town. That's where I grew up, in Painville. I came to Kwena at the age of 14 and I attended secondary school, Pulong Secondary School. After that, I went to Tlhakula High School, where I matriculated.
Oh, okay. So bekunjani ngenkathi zakho babudlaza usakhula esikolweni during those early days? Mawungas painted isithombe nje kancane nje.
At school, what we used to do during our era is that you were given a garden as a student, and you must look after that garden yourself. And you used to get marks for that.
Oh, womental.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The other thing, Besia abattoir, in order to get the horns of the cow.
Oh, okay.
From that horn, I can make either a bird or a crocodile.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
They called it handwork by then.
Okay.
And you used to get marks for that.
Wow.
Yes.
So when did you start playing football and what made you unique amongst your peers?
I started still at Painville.
Okay.
As a youngster, I used to, kick the ball around.
Yes.
And as time goes on, I started playing more at school, Pulong Secondary School.
Okay.
We used to travel a lot with the schools.
Okay.
Playing against schools from Durban, for the Coca-Cola Cup.
Yes.
Then I went to Tlhakula High School. That's where it all started, because Kaizer Chiefs saw me playing for Tlhakula High School.
Is it?
That's where they saw me playing. We were playing against Benoni United.
Benoni United. What year was the Tifunga Kumbu?
1975. Because I joined Chiefs in 1976.
Okay.
1975 we were playing, and that's where Iwatnene saw me.
Before bakubona, yini le eyakwenza ukuthi amongst amanye ama-player bondlala nabo enkundleni bakukhethe nawe?
It's a God-given talent, It all needed me to work hard in order to achieve what I've achieved. But truly speaking, it's a God-given talent.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I started blossoming at Pilkington United Brothers. We had a team in Guatemala called Pilkington United Brothers, Pubs.
Okay.
Yeah. We had... Most of our players were playing for different professional teams.
Okay.
I'm surprised nowadays there's no player in Guatemala who's representing Guatemala in football.
Yes.
We had We had players like the late Andres Masego, Milton Nkosi, Titiza Sogalami. We had Jimmy Mahlangu, the music man for Swallows, and his older brother for Swallows, and the late Kane Mahlangu. When I arrived at Chiefs, I recommended that Zebulon Klapo and Nick Sikwane must join me at Chiefs, and it happened. We went and we all played for Chiefs.
Wow. You grew up in the midst of the apartheid era, and during those days, South African football was banned from the international stage. How impactful was that, Guwe? Because seemingly the apartheid system never broke your spirit, and you kept shining through football. What was your source of inspiration? Not by apartheid, South Africa baniwe, but you kept shining through. Bekuyini le engakugqugquzelayo?
It's a passion. I mean, if you love something, you've got passion for that thing. I see no reason why you would fail. If you've got passion for something and you work hard, as I said before, then you will achieve what you want to achieve.
So it's maybe passion in Chisagalo.
Yeah, I love this thing. You know, when I was young, they used to send me to the shops, but you're telling things like that. The tennis ball, come in, I will juggle the ball and fear my shop, buying, juggling, going back home, but the ball was always with me all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Tennis.
We never used to have balls, Tina, during our era because our parents could not afford, you know, to buy a ball for you. They started my plastic.
And then how did you get the name Botsotso?
The name Botsotso, by then in the 70s, there were these trousers. They were called Botsotso, They were called Botsotso. So Kaizer Chiefs support us, but that's how the name came.
Okay.
Even at school, you know, they would laugh at me because I never played against youngsters my age. I always played against big guys all the time. Because I was good, so I had, you know, I had to play with them because these youngsters.
Yes.
Hence, there was A team, B team, C team. From D team, I would go to A team.
Yes.
And play against bigger guys.
When you joined Kaizer Chiefs, after you were selected to be a part of this legendary team, how did you feel at that time? And nasekhaya injabulo yaba kanjani mabezwa ukuthi ukhethiwe ukuthi uyodlalela iKaizer Chiefs?
Oh, my mother was ecstatic. She was happy for me. And you know, myself, I was a bit scared. I was a bit scared because now Kaizer Chiefs by then, they had maestros. The late Sensolengi, Maria, Shaka Nobo, Shugo Muguyo, they, you know, I was surrounded by players who knew the game. Hence it was easy for me to because when I arrived there, all they said to me is that, look, you know how to play. Just work hard and you'll succeed. Yeah, you know, I used to stay at Kaizer Mutaung's house, mom's house in Jablani. And so, but after some time, I decided I wanted to be with the late S02. I went to Randfontein. I stayed in Randfontein every day in the morning. We're playing tennis with the late S02.
Every day in the morning?
You run there. Tennis, you run. They hit it there, you must run for it. Hit it there. You know, it kept us fit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you fit. Tennis, it's good. It's a good game.
Wow. And there is a popular video of you and Upra Ace showing superb dribbling skills and class playing against the Vets in 1978. During those days, did you practice such combinations or did they come off naturally in the field of play?
As I said before, it's something within. And when you work hard, it just comes out automatically.
So
And you know what? These styles, you practice them at a training session. The purpose of a training session is to improve your skills. So that come weekend, when you go and play, you apply what you were doing at the training. So we used to do them more often at the training session. Hey man, I saw you doing that, man. Can you repeat? It's a fluke, man. Can you repeat that? And the person repeats it, and it gets into you, and you get used to it. You use it against opponents.
Wow. Now, amongst the many games you played, Babsat, which one stands out for you? The one you enjoyed the most and you are proud of?
We were playing against Cape Town City.
Okay.
At Orlando Stadium. And we were trailing. It was a cup game. We were trailing 3-2.
What year was that?
Unfortunately, I don't remember the year.
Okay.
We were trailing 3-2, and the people had already left Orlando Stadium saying our Chiefs won't come back. 2 minutes to go. I first the ball from Peter Balak.
Yes.
By then, Peter Balak was our goalkeeper. I said, put it down here.
Yes.
He gave me the ball.
Yes.
I went on until I scored that time. And there was so much noise in the stadium.
Wow.
People came back.
Wow.
We went to extra time. People came back.
Wow. So the score was 3-3 now?
3-3, we went to extra time.
Wow.
First half, first 15 minutes of extra time, I just released the ball.
Yes.
Second half of extra time, I did the very same thing I did during normal time.
Yes.
I said, Peter, give me the ball.
Again.
He gave me the ball. I did the same thing. I scored the winner.
The winning goal.
Max Maponyana came to me and he said, did you want to show us that that was not a fluke? I said, it is not a fluke.
Wow, because you had to do
it's something that I can do. Wow. At any given time. If I get the opportunity to do it, I'll do it.
Who were some of the players you looked up to that influenced you when you were growing up? Abadlali nokuthi mawababukele bakukhuthaze.
Before playing professionally?
Before playing professionally, yes.
Kaizer himself, because when I was in Painville, his wife, Suleha, was staying in Painville. So he used to come to Painville with his Mustang. Unknowingly, by then, I was about 7-6 years, I used to see that Mustang and said, oh, they said, hey, there's Kaizer Mtaung.
Oh.
God, that is Kaizer Mtaung. Okay. Not knowing that I'll be playing for his team,
yes.
You know, in the near future. We had Joe Mosono, good friend of mine. He called me to be assistant coach in 2002 when he was the head coach of Bafana Bafana.
Bafana Bafana. Oh yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
I went with him to Korea, Japan.
Oh yes.
For the World Cup.
Yes.
Good friend of mine.
Yes.
When the late Asen Sweleng, I don't know. I don't know how to describe. He was humble, you know, giving good advices. Then you had Maria, Malombo Lichaba, you know, even the opposition players. I used to be, you know, friends with them.
With them, yes.
Yes, because I'm somebody who's, I believe in making friends than enemies.
Oh yes, yes.
For me, when I go and wherever I go,
yes,
I prefer to make friends with the people I meet.
Wow.
Rather than making enemies.
Now, tell us about the experience when you went with Ubab Jomo in 2002 to Korea, Japan.
In Korea, Japan, what happened there is we had Palacio as our head of the assistant coaches.
Okay.
When Bafana Bafana was playing, say for instance, here in Joburg,
yes,
we were sent to Durban to go and look at the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition that we were going to play the following day. We never saw most of the games of Bafana Bafana because we were deployed away from where they were playing. So you come back with your report, you give it to Jomo. Jomo will have a look at the report. And in most cases, because there were about 4 of us, we came to one conclusion that you know what, there are build-ups around this particular player. Set pieces, that one is good at aerial balls. Such things we had, their weaknesses, we had to look deep into the team and analyze as to what's happening.
And you bring the report
then
back.
We bring that information back. It's easier for the coach to, decide what must we do now. These are their strengths, these are their weaknesses.
Wow. Now, which brings me to my next question. How important is the influence of a coach in a team? I'm asking this because more often we hear that if players don't perform well at grounding, they would say that, I know, it's because of a Yizwi coach or a Tandi coach. How important is the influence of a coach in a team?
It's very, very crucial. The coach is like a father to the players. When you go out there, you tell yourself, you know what, I'm not going to play for myself, I'm going to play for the coach. I want to please my coach. Hence, it's very, very crucial for the coach to be in good terms with the players.
And I think that's different to impress a coach.
I want the coach not to put me on the bench. I want to play for the coach.
Wow. Yes, makes absolute sense to me. Now, hypothetically speaking, Dladla, if you would compare Bafana Bafana that won the AFCON in 1996 with the current Bafana Bafana, what would you say is missing in today's squad? Could it be the mentality maybe or the lifestyle? Because amachita wanamhlanje awasadlali njengalawa 1996.
There are too many things involved because when I look at it, Mina, personally, I strongly feel that the association, that is SAFA, doesn't have that belief that a black coach can coach Bafana Bafana. I mean, Pitso is proven that black coaches are there. With us here in South Africa, we believe in bringing in foreign-based coaches who don't understand our game, and we expect them to excel. I mean, Jomo coached Bafana Bafana, they did well. We did well, whilst Jomo was coaching. You've got Pitso, he's good. Trot Muloto, Shakes Mashal, you've got people who are capable of taking care of the duties of Bafana Bafana, but unfortunately,
now, what would you say?
We prefer to have foreign-based coaches instead of locals.
What would you say, Gulaba Abazoti? Patu Jomo uke wayithola chance, Patu Pitso uke wayithola chance, or didn't we give them enough time? Maybe azange sibe patient enough now.
Look, what I can say is, if you go to Brazil, for instance, you won't find a foreign-based coach there. They believe in their samba. That is their culture, samba, and that's it. The English, they believe in their strength, and that's it. Here in South Africa, I remember we were playing against Bobby Charlton, Bobby Moore, they brought those. We played at Orlando Stadium. It was the first time I've seen such a thing happening. 10 minutes time, the ref called us all onto the center line. It was us, that side, and the British 11 this side. Puti, there was show me your number, there was Samaya, there was Shibobo, and he said, the referee said, don't make monkeys out of other people. Because we were playing our style. That is our style. Shibobo, Samaya, show me your number. You don't see those nowadays. It's kick and run. That's not our. No, that's not our game. Siyashibobala.
Yes.
Mawulahlile ulahlile. Uzozibona.
No, I think Babdladla ushaye khona when you said Safa, not believing, in
In
our
local
local
coaches.
coaches. And I was about to ask you, Uguti, do you feel that the South African style of play is completely lost, or do you think it's still there amongst certain current teams or players maybe, or Ipolale to injury, say we foreign even today, or do you feel with
No,
Akona
we
players as
do have teams that, just like I was watching them yesterday, Chipa United,
Oh yes,
then Malisela.
yes.
They don't score goals, but they play our style of
Oh
football.
yes.
Sundowns,
Yes.
they don't kick the ball. No, they building from the back, and they come at you, patiently. We still have, we've got an abundance of talent. I remember, I can't remember the year, but when our local youngsters won the Danone international tournament, Zinedine Zidane asked as to, are these youngsters really from South Africa? They said yes. And he said, why is Bafana Bafana not performing? Because these people have got an abundance of talent.
Oh yes.
But our talent is not groomed. Take for instance, whilst I was at school, Wednesday was a sports day. We used to do javelin, high jump, long jump, you discus, you name it, softball. We used to have all these sporting codes are no more. Why? I don't know.
Oh yes.
I don't know. No, they should bring those back. Yeah, they should bring those back, because the kids now, they don't know what to do.
And how important is the process of development?
Very, very crucial, Baba, because you cannot start playing soccer at age 14, 15, because you see your friends playing. If you, at Sundowns, we've got from under 9 Sunday program. They call it the Sunday. They are there now. You get a child as small as 5, 6 years. You start there. You drill in technique. When you grow up from that age until up to about 12, 11,
Already.
there's a youngster here who was at the Super Sport Academy. He's in Britain now. They took him there. Very good youngster. Very good youngster. So it's very crucial. I'm happy because academies came to be around. During our era, there were no academies, nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing, but now they are lucky. There are academies. And they employing people who know more about the game.
Oh yes.
Hence I'm saying the development of these youngsters is very, very
It's
crucial.
very crucial.
For me, if I was at SAFA, I was going to say, for instance, in Guatemala,
Yes.
former professional players who are staying in Guatemala.
Yes.
You get all the schools in Guatemala, you deploy them there.
Yes.
You deploy them there.
Yes.
Go and teach
Yes.
these school children.
Because they know the basics.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Absolutely.
Deploy former professional players to these places.
Yes.
Then they can teach these youngsters.
How often, for you personally, how often did you have to train, especially for your skills and all of that? Say you train a team, and then would you still train Maui One after that? And how often did you do that?
Definitely, it's not enough to train with the team only.
Yes.
I used to run in the morning, go to school, and at school we had our own training sessions there. After that, thrice a day.
Okay.
After that, I go to the team that I'm playing for. So
Oh,
thrice
then
a
you
day,
still-
I was training all the time, continuously.
Yes.
Yes.
And when did you retire from playing professional football?
76 to 1989, I decided, you know what, 14 years after having, played for Chiefs consistently, I decided, no, it's enough. And I applied for a job. I went to emergency services where I worked as both a paramedic and a firefighter.
Okay.
I worked there for 14 years.
Yes.
Until Motsepe sent trot to emergency services in 2014. Yeah, it was in 2014.
Yes.
That's when Motsepe said, come and help these youngsters at Sundowns
Oh, yes.
Academy.
Yes.
I joined Sundowns in 2014.
Yes.
And I'm still there. I started with the under-13s in 2014 when I arrived. I was promoted 2 years back. I'm with the under-15s now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pushing hard. I want to see myself being head coach of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Oh, yes.
The harder I work,
Oh, yes.
there's nothing impossible. I can achieve that.
Wow. Yes. Wow. 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 Yeah. Some jewels right there. Some jewels for sure. Now,
there was an instance, Baba. We had a meeting at Sundowns, and the president, Mr. Motsepe,
Yes.
asked, is there somebody, he likes to say that, is there somebody who wants to say anything
Yes.
before I go? Say
Okay.
it now.
Yeah.
I raised my hand.
Yes.
Pizza was there in the meeting. I think it was 2016.
Okay.
Because I arrived in 2014.
Okay.
And I said, Mr. President, I want to want pizza because I'm working very hard
Yes.
to go up there. And the other guys were like, they were scared of
Yes.
pizza. What is Teenage doing now? Good friend of mine, Pizzo. We are in good terms, myself and him.
Yes. Yes.
Well, yeah, with Pizzo, if you don't talk soccer, don't talk to him.
Is it?
That guy.
Is it?
Oh, it's just soccer. He's so passionate. Pizzo. No wonder he's so successful.
Oh, yes.
He's passionate about the game.
Oh, yes.
Doesn't sleep.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Always soccer.
And I like the fact that you said Ubaba Magabuza. Is there anyone who'd like to say something?
I want to grow.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to stay with the under 15s until no.
Now,
under 17, under 19.
Yes.
M Tigers.
Yes.
First team eventually.
What made you ukudlalela Kaizer Chiefs for so long? Didn't you get a manyama offer maybe from Pirates, Swallows?
There were offers around. But, loyalty to me is very, very key. Chiefs people took care of me. Hence, I said, there was this time when the teams broke into two. Akhumbula bakwaza uhlongana stadium lapha when Pirates had two Orlando Pirates teams. And the Chiefs, we had two Chiefs. The other one was Ace Mates. Ace Nzweleng and Malombo, they left. But I stayed with Chiefs. I stayed. I never left. So hence I said loyalty to me.
Yeah.
I said no, I'm staying.
And like you said earlier on, which when allow yakhona wakubuhlobo.
Thank you.
Yes. Wow. Now, Bab Dladla, what message would you give to young aspiring football players who are watching now? Because baninga babukele manje, and to them and to us as well, you are a living legend. What message would you advise them, especially laba abancane abadlala ibhola?
Yeah, there are too many obstacles. Friends can be jealous and say, this one he's so good at soccer. You know what? So they must be very careful. They must be very, very, very careful, because now people can lead you to do wrong things. But if you are, you concentrate and ask yourself, what do I want?
Yes.
Do I want to play this? Do I want to play this game or not? If the answer, I want to play this game, be passionate to the game. Then you'll progress, you'll be successful.
And which would bring me to my other question. How did you stay off friends? Mabakubiza maybe mabayophuza, mabayodagwa. Yini le meyenza ukuthi ungayi-entertain yonke leyo nto le and focus on yourself?
I used to go with friends.
Yes.
On a drinking spree. But then at the end of the day, I was thinking about me personally.
Yes.
What do I want to look like?
Yes.
Say in 10 years' time, where do I want to see myself? You should ask yourself those questions. But I'm here now. After 10 years, where will I be? What do I want to be? Yeah, be self-conscious.
And those are personal questions.
Yes, you must. Retrospection is very, very, very key. Look at yourself and ask yourself, am I doing the right things? Will I achieve what I want to achieve? If the answer is no, then don't bother to do it.
Oh, yes.
But if the answer is yes, be passionate.
Oh, yes. Wow.
You'll progress.
Wow. Dladla, we thank you for being with us on the show, and may you continue to share your wisdom with the South African football fraternity. And we love and appreciate you, Baba.
Thank you, Putin.
Yes.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes. The pleasure is all ours, Baba. Bongatina, Dladla, for you to give us time to sit with you today.
Thank you, Putin.
Siyabonga kakhulu. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the legendary Botsotso himself. And from myself and the rest of the team, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode here on the East Rand Podcast Files. Adios.